Story time of how I met a guy at the beach, moved to a different country, and then he showed up at my doorstep 4 years later. So I was on the beach this one day and I met this guy. We hit it off and we were talking pretty much the whole day. He told me that that day was his last day in the country and that he was flying home the next day. We did not exchange numbers because neither of us even had phones at the time. He left the next morning and I thought I genuinely would never see him again. And for the next 4 years, I went on to do my own thing. I was living life, I had a job, I was working. And honestly, I low-key forgot about him. Now, flash forward about 4 years, I'd woken up and it was the day before my birthday. And I was in a completely different country from where the story started. But I was honestly bored where I was and I was with a friend and we kind of just decided, hey, let's go back home. Then we get there, it didn't take that long, it only took a few hours. And we're just kind of hanging out and we go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, it's my birthday, and my friends go to the market. While I was waiting, I got a knock at my door. I thought it was my boyfriend coming to surprise me for my birthday. I opened the door and it's the guy from 4 years ago. At this point, I'm like freaking out and I'm like, there's no way. He tells me that he ran into my friends at the market and had recognized them and talked to them about me. And they told him that I was back in the country. And he's not even from this country either. He was just here on vacation again. So he tells me he hasn't stopped thinking about me since that day 4 years ago. And it was the biggest coincidence that he had ran into my friends. He came in to talk. And the rest is history because that is the story of how my parents ended up getting married and they've been married for 25 years now. Thanks for coming. Come back for another story time.
I had to send a hey girly message yesterday and it was like the worst moment of my life because I've never wanted to have to do that to someone. But I kind of pride myself on being a girl's girl. Like, I try my best. I don't think I used to be, so I'm like really trying now to be a girl's girl, and I think it's coming like more naturally to me now. Hello, what is that? Anyways, I was just scrolling through my notifications on Instagram, and as I usually do, and I get a lot of notifications of people like liking my old stories and stuff. But this one guy comes up and he has liked, I'm not even kidding, every single highlight of me that is of me, right? So like none of the ones of like the landscapes or like me and my friends, like only the ones are of me. And like weird, right? But you know, I get that sometimes. Like I just get people liking old stuff. So whatever, and I'm curious, right? I click on his profile. First of all, he doesn't even follow me, so he's gone for like a good old stalk, and he's not embarrassed and ashamed to be known as like this guy that doesn't even follow me and he's liked all my things. Anyways, he has a girlfriend of 3 years, I think more even, and I'm like going through their highlights and stuff. Yeah, I go through everything. But anyways, going through their highlights and stuff, she's really cute, whatever. Find out her name. Let's call her Penelope. Find out Penelope's name. Look it up in his following and messaged her. And I was pretty much just like, I did say, hey girly. I probably should have said, hey girl, because hey girly is like a little bit cliche. But anyways, I said, hey girl, hey girly, just letting you know your man has liked. I didn't want it to seem like I'm saying like your man's all up in my likes, but I was like, oh hey, like your man liked all my highlights. I just thought I should let you know because I would want someone to do the same. And then she just said thank you with a smiley face. Like she didn't seem mad or anything, but he has since removed all his likes. Thank you. But personally, if my man had been doing that, I'd probably break up with him. But I get it, they've been together for a long time, whatever. But also, I think she might have it in her head that like, okay, see if you get my perspective here. If like my man had been liking like an influencer's stories, not trying to say like, oh, I'm an influencer, but like if my man had been liking like an influencer or like a celebrity stories, I'd be like, whatever, like she's never gonna say it, she's never gonna think he has a chance, whatever. so I'd kind of ignore it. Like, if like my boyfriend was liking Anna Paul stories, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, and these people seemed like they were very, very country, so I don't think they don't live in the city. Like, they're not, I don't mean this to sound rude, but like, I feel like she's gonna be like, oh, it doesn't really matter, because she's kind of like an influencer type of thing, so it doesn't really matter that he liked it. Like, he was just liking influencer stuff. But to me, like, it's way deeper than that. Like, it was all photos of just me. Like, I didn't specify that, but it wasn't just like all of my highlights of like scenery and stuff. It was only the ones of me. It's just weird, right? Like, I'm not being dramatic right now. This is weird. I would probably break up with my man if he'd been doing that. Anyways, bye.
Throughout high school, I was like in a pretty toxic relationship, which I feel like we all have to go through. But I would find out like at least once a month that he had cheated on me. And I would be like, oh, it's fine. Like, I would get kind of love bombed back into it. And we dated from like sophomore year to like the summer before senior year. One time he even tried gaslighting me into that we weren't really exclusive, so he was allowed to do things with other girls. But this one specific time, I had overheard one of the girls talking about how, let's call him Braxton, had kissed a girl the following night. And I was a junior at this time, and I was just kind of over it because this was like the 8th time that it had happened. But this time I was like, okay, you know, that's not okay. I wasn't gonna go straight to him and tell him that I knew, because he always like tried to convince me to stay or like tell me that I didn't hear that. Like, he would gaslight me. So good old Kenzie was like, I'm gonna make a public announcement that he cheated on me. I thought this was like such a good idea. Okay, I was like, it's gonna humiliate him. I didn't think about me, okay? So we had just taken some like selfies or pictures the day before, so I posted it on my story and I tagged him and I said, once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's how I broke up with him. Then I'm pretty sure I got back together with him, so who knows. I had like so many screenshots on that story that I had posted on Snapchat. The whole school saw it. So he was definitely humiliated, but then like so was I, because I was like, wait, like I don't want things to be over, because I was stupid. So we had to like sneak around so we could actually be together. And then we ended up actually like breaking up for good the summer before senior year. And then that was like the best year of my life. I have like so many stories. I could just go on and on. So let me know if you guys want more.
Guys, one time I ran out of gas and then I'm pretty sure I almost got kidnapped. I don't have anything profound to say this morning, so I decided I'm just going to tell you a story instead. So basically what happened was I was picking up my dog from her trainer, which is like in the middle of Georgia. But I went by myself because it was like the middle of the day on Saturday. We had a football game, so all my friends were like having fun. But basically I was trying to find my way back to like the actual freeway, and I was like, oh, I'll just stop and get gas. But I was in like those tiny towns. So I'm in the middle of like one of these tiny towns, and all of a sudden my car just like stops. And I was like in the middle of the intersection, like I was waiting to make a left turn, and I just stopped. My car's like yelling at me. I'm stopped. I go to the front to like check because I was like, I don't think I'm fully out of gas yet. Like, I was gonna know how to fix something if it was wrong. So anyways, these two old people stop and they look like a sweet old couple. They're like, do you need gas? And I'm like, yeah, like that'd be great. I guess I need some. So basically they leave. They're important though, don't forget them. And then this older lady drives by and she's like, did those people talk to you? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you okay? Do you need help? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, they're getting me gas. And then like 2 seconds later, probably like 30 realistically, this younger guy drives by and he's like, hey, like my aunt just said like you were here, like do you need help? And I'm like, no, it's okay, like people are getting me gas. And he's like, oh, I run this little like auto shop right here, like can you just come over here, like I'll tell you over here, like come with me, I'll fix your car. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go with a random man to go fix my car. And he keeps being like, please come with me, please come with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not one leaving my car, leaving my dog in the middle of the road, and I'm not going with a random dude in his car. And then he's like, that old couple, they're coming back. And I was like, yeah. And then he hits me with it, they just got out of jail because they had like kidnapping and abuse charges before. And I was like, you're lying to me, you want me to go in your truck? Then I think he realized I was stubborn and like not going in his truck, and my dog probably looked like it could attack him. I was like trying to make her look scary. So he's like, okay, can I just stay here and wait with you? And I was like, okay, sure. So then the old people end up coming back and they're like, okay, we got it, like just come with us and we'll fix your car. And I'm like, did you get the gas? And they're like, no, we don't have the gas. And then like, get in the car. And I'm like, no. And then the old lady comes up to me and she's like, why are you talking to this dude, sweetie? Like, that's scary, like whatever, like he's gonna do something to you, like just come with me, I'll keep you safe. And I'm like, why do all these people want me to come in their car? And then the guy that came second, the younger one, he was like, look at their ankles. And I look and they both have ankle monitors on, and I was like, So then basically the old people keep yelling at me and they're like, come with us, we'll help you, we'll help you. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know which one's gonna kill me at this point, the old people or the younger dude. I decided to trust the younger dude. Good thing I did. So the old lady starts like getting aggressive with me. She's like, come in the car or whatever. She's like yelling at me. Then the older guy starts yelling at the younger guy at this point, and he's like, leave her alone, like, you're weird. And then the younger guy ends up being like, do you guys not think I know who you are? Like, leave her alone. And like, as soon as he said that, they like ran, like they jumped in their car and they disappeared. At which point I was like, oh shoot, I think they were actually gonna try to steal me. Basically they leave, the other guy ends up towing my car, fixing it, and something was wrong with my gas something. So I wasn't fully out of gas, but I was just really a little too close, but he fixed it and I made it home. Looking back, I probably should have just called my dog trainer because he probably would have come save me. But don't get close to empty on gas, especially if something might be wrong with your gas thing, even though I didn't know. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully that made sense. I don't really know what I was saying at all that whole time. But love you guys. Have a great day. And why are we almost at 100,000 people? I thought there was like 200 followers still. But okay, love you. Toodles.
Hey guys, get ready. I want to talk about how I'm grounded again. This situation makes me so mad because it's literally so unfair, the reason why I got grounded, and I'm just so freaking upset right now. Okay, so basically last night my house got TP'd, and I know who it was, but like I don't care enough to drag names into this, so we're not gonna talk about that. But anyways, the people that TP'd my house like did it really early to the point where my parents were still up. So they had already like been caught and whatever, and then my parents go back inside and I start cleaning up the mess, and then their car keeps like coming back. I want to say their car came back like 5 or like 3 times, somewhere around that, and they just kept throwing toilet paper outside the windows. And so like I don't know if my friend is like slower or something, but she picks up a brick and throws it at the car. Anyways, obviously that causes like severe damage to the car, and then like all you can hear is like them saying they're gonna fight us or whatever. And so obviously like someone went inside to get my parents because like I had no idea what was going on because I didn't even know a brick was thrown at the car. So I go to look at the car and it's like damaged pretty badly. Like it's not like super terrible, but like obviously it's gonna be expensive to repair. Like it's not like it was like a whole side. It was like lower and it was still pretty bad. And so obviously like when my parents get out, they're pretty freaking pissed because one of my friends basically just vandalized a car. Like obviously toilet paper is still vandalizing, but like not damaging. You can pick that up. Anyways, my mom just walked in here and now I'm even more pissed. Okay, I don't really remember where I was at in the story, but the cops get called obviously because they're not leaving our house and because of like my friend who vandalized their car. Anyways, here's the part where I come in. So basically like I try to tell my mom I'm sorry and that like I explain like what happened and stuff and like how I like had no clue this was gonna happen and like how I was completely blindsided by everything. And she's just like, Hope, what the fuck did you do? Like you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you? And I was like, what? I literally had no fucking I'm sorry guys. I literally had no clue. Like I'm like just so mad right now. Like I just like can't even, I don't know. I don't even care about the TPing. I care about the fact that I'm grounded. Well, I kind of do care about the TPing because it's like not like it's my parents' house, but like I just don't. It's not like I was the one who picked it up. So anyways, back to the story. I just like keep trying to like apologize and stuff, and she's like, if you say one more word, you're grounded. Well, clearly like I said another word because like I was like, but mom, like I just want to let you know I'm sorry. I said something along the lines of that, and then I guess that literally gets me grounded. Okay, I don't know where I was at, but I think it was at the part where she said something about like me being grounded if I don't shut my mouth. Anyway, so after all that, like fast forward to the next day, which is today, I literally wake up. The first thing I do is I go downstairs. I'm like, hey mom, like I'm so sorry about last night. I didn't like know any of that was gonna happen. And like I was basically apologizing for something I didn't do because I honestly literally didn't do anything. And she said something like, I forgive you, but you're still grounded. And so obviously I just like literally go off the rails. Like I honestly don't even know. When I get mad, like I start crying. So I literally just started freaking like tears are pouring down because I was just so freaking mad because like I literally did nothing. Now here's what she told me about like why I was grounded. She said something about me hanging out with people that do stupid shit like that. That's why I'm grounded. I never thought in a million years that my friend would throw a brick at a car. So I'm grounded because I hang out with people who do stupid shit like that. But that's like the first thing that's like ever been brought to my attention. And so obviously like me and them are not allowed to hang out like at all, and I don't know when we'll ever be able to hang out again. But this literally feels like freshman year all over again. So I'm like hoping I don't go into another depression of feeling alone. Because freshman year I quite literally had nobody because I wasn't allowed to hang out with him. I mean, I have more friends now obviously, but like I just don't want that happening to me again. Anyway, so last night I had reached out to the guy whose car was damaged.
And like I literally apologized on my behalf. I mean, I didn't even do anything obviously, but like I felt insanely bad. Like if the roles were reversed, I would have been in tears because my car got damaged. I honestly just wish my house never got TP'd because then I wouldn't be grounded. So like I literally just hate everybody right now. Like I'm just so done. Anyways, I low-key think I deserve an apology too because now I'm grounded. No, I'm just kidding, but like still, I'm still mad. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I got grounded from the gym again because I don't even know. I don't even know if that's normal. Like, do you guys get grounded from the gym? If I do, I will actually like, I don't even know. Like, I'll just like, I don't know. But anyways, like, I hope you guys enjoyed me wanting to die in a hole, basically. But anyways, all is forgiven to people who TP'd my house, even though like I didn't get an apology. But just hopefully this doesn't happen again and that like I'm on good terms with everyone who did that because I don't want my house getting TP'd again.